Here's something most people won't dare say out loud. The herd isn't a place, it's a state of mind. There's a life outside of here, a life that's vibrant and full of possibility. A life where you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Are you ready to take the first step? It's that invisible script we're handed from the moment we're born. Fit in, smile, don't question too much, and for God's sake, be agreeable. We're praised for our obedience, not our originality. We're rewarded for following, not for thinking. And slowly, quietly, we begin to trade in our voice for acceptance. Approval becomes our oxygen. And before we know it, we're not living. We're rehearsing. We say yes when everything inside screams no. We smile at things that make our skin crawl. We speak lines we never wrote in a story that isn't ours, but there's good news. You can delete your account, you can unsubscribe, you can walk away from all of this. This is the prison, the one without bars, the one built out of expectations, shame, and silence, accusations. You've changed, you're distant, you've lost your way. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. You didn't change. You just stopped performing, and that terrifies people. The one that makes you believe that being good means never questioning the rules. But every now and then, someone breaks, not in rebellion, not in rage, but in exhaustion. The mask gets too heavy, the silence too loud, and so they stop playing along. Not because they want to be different, not because they're trying to be edgy or rebel or make a statement, but because they can't pretend anymore. Because the cost of being themselves is too high. But walking away from the herd, it doesn't feel like freedom at first. It feels like loss. You don't get celebrated. You get cold shoulders. The herd only survives when everyone pretends together. Pretends this is normal. Pretends silence is strength. Pretends approval is love. But when you leave, even quietly, you become a mirror. Proof that there's another way, that truth still exists. And that makes you dangerous. Real freedom is not fireworks and cheering crowds. It's heavy. It's quiet. It's lonely. It's sitting in silence with no applause, no approval, and finally asking, whose life have I been living? And when the guilt creeps in, that ache that says, you're wrong for not fitting in, don't run from it. Because that guilt, that's not proof you're broken. That's proof you're finally thinking for yourself. This isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about being real, being honest, being free, even when no one claps, even when no one understands. You haven't lost your way, even when you stand alone, because true power isn't in controlling others. It's in no longer needing their permission to be who you are. So if you've walked away from a toxic situation and it hurts, if the silence is loud and the path is unclear, don't lose hope. You haven't lost your way. You've just started finding it. And that is the beginning of freedom. It's okay to feel scared and uncertain, but don't let that stop you from moving forward. The uncertainty is just a lack of clarity on your path. And sometimes you need to walk through that uncertainty to get to the other side. So if you're feeling lost, just remember you're not lost. You're just beginning to find yourself. And that is the most beautiful thing you can ever do, to walk away from what you know is bad for you and to start exploring who you are, what you want, and where you're going. Because that is the beginning of true freedom. So if you're standing on the edge right now, torn between staying silent and finally speaking your truth, between playing the part and walking your path, just know this: you are not crazy. Tell your story, speak your truth, because the world doesn't need more perfect. It needs more real. And you, my friend, are both. You're waking up. Yes, it's lonely. Yes, it hurts. But the pain of authenticity is always more honest than the comfort of pretending. And if your voice shakes, speak anyway. If your hands tremble, reach anyway. Because somewhere out there, someone else is watching, waiting, hoping to see proof that freedom is possible. Be that proof. Not by shouting, but by living in a way that makes the hurt impossible to return to. If this spoke to something deep inside you, I invite you to join the conversation below, like, share, and leave a comment. And thank you for choosing courage over comfort, for being here, for beginning.